Chosen One, your aging will end. All you need is weed. Thoth message. If you've come across this message, it's no accident. The divine is guiding you to a powerful truth. The natural plant, known as cannabis, holds the key to unlocking your immortality and healing. For centuries, sacred knowledge like that of Thoth, the ancient god of wisdom, has hinted at the miraculous power of this herb to restore, rejuvenate, and transform the body and spirit. You are standing at the threshold of a spiritual awakening, where the boundaries of time and aging begin to fade. This isn't just about physical health. It's about reclaiming your eternal essence and stepping fully into your role as the Chosen One. To amplify this powerful energy and help spread this life-changing message, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple act sends a strong signal to the universe, accelerating your transformation. Embrace this truth, align your energy, and watch as the limitations of aging dissolve, revealing the immortality that has always been your birthright. The moment has arrived. Your transformation starts now. Long ago, in the silent whispers of ancient Egypt, the god Thoth revealed a sacred truth. Cannabis is no ordinary plant. It is a divine gift meant to unlock the secrets of eternal life. This is not mythology or mere legend, but a spiritual revelation that has echoed through time. Thoth, the keeper of wisdom and magic, recognized cannabis as a bridge between mortal existence and the timeless cosmic realm. This sacred plant carries within it the power to heal, awaken, and transform, allowing us to glimpse the infinite. For centuries, this knowledge was guarded by shamans and mystics who understood that cannabis was more than medicine. It was a sacred sacrament. It carried the power to dissolve the veil between the physical world and the divine. Imagine holding in your hands a key passed down by gods themselves that could open the door to everlasting youth and boundless wisdom. This is the promise cannabis holds when approached with reverence and intention. The divine message is clear. Cannabis is a spiritual catalyst. It invites us to journey inward, to confront our fears, illusions, and the boundaries that aging and suffering impose. But this path is not for the faint-hearted or the indulgent. It is reserved for the chosen ones ready to awaken their immortal essence. When we honor this sacred gift, it becomes a beacon of hope, guiding us beyond the cycle of decay and into the realm of eternal light. Today, as we stand on the brink of rediscovering this ancient wisdom, we are called to open our hearts and minds. Thoth's message transcends time, urging us to reclaim our birthright of immortality through the sacred communion with cannabis. It's more than a plant. It's a divine invitation to transform our very being. The pain of aging is universal, a gradual fading of vitality, hope, and sometimes even the self. But what if this relentless march toward decay isn't inevitable? What if you, the chosen soul, hold within your reach the power to stop aging, not just physically, but spiritually? Cannabis, as revealed by ancient wisdom, offers exactly that. It acts as a gateway to an ageless spirit, awakening a timeless essence that lies dormant beneath the surface. This sacred plant doesn't promise a magical fountain of youth in a bottle. Rather, it invites a deep internal transformation. Through its use, the boundaries that trap us in time and suffering begin to dissolve. Cannabis gently peels back the layers of illusion, allowing us to reconnect with the eternal self, a self untouched by wrinkles, pain, or fear. The soul remembers what the mind forgets. We are infinite beings, and aging is only a temporary illusion. Many seekers report a profound experience of renewal after sacred cannabis rituals. The mind clears, burdens lift, and an overwhelming sense of peace and vitality emerges. This is not escapism, but spiritual rebirth. The chosen one steps into a new reality where aging no longer defines existence, but is transcended by an awakened, youthful spirit. The power of cannabis to heal and renew is not just poetic, it's spiritual medicine for the modern soul. It empowers you to reclaim your divine heritage, to live fully and vibrantly, regardless of the body's passing years. In embracing this sacred plant, your journey toward agelessness begins now. Across cultures and centuries, cannabis has been revered as a sacred medicine, gifted by the gods to heal both body and soul. It's more than a remedy for pain or illness. It's a profound medicine of the spirit, designed to reconnect us with the divine source within. The ancients understood this deeply. They saw cannabis as a sacrament that could cure not just physical ailments, but the spiritual disconnection that leads to suffering. Science today is beginning to catch up with what mystics have known for millennia. Studies reveal that cannabis contains powerful compounds capable of reducing inflammation, easing chronic pain, and promoting mental clarity. But beyond these physical benefits lies a more profound healing, the restoration of spiritual balance. The plant's sacred essence helps dissolve inner conflict, anxiety, and emotional wounds, bringing the user back into alignment with their higher self. But divine medicine requires a sacred approach. Cannabis is not a recreational escape. It is a holy tool, demanding respect, ritual, and pure intention. When approached with reverence, it becomes a catalyst for miracles, an elixir that ignites healing pathways previously closed by trauma and ego. It reminds us that health is not just the absence of disease, but the flourishing of body, mind, and soul in harmony. By embracing cannabis as a sacred medicine, you are stepping into an ancient lineage of healers and mystics. You honor the divine gift and unlock your own healing potential, setting the stage for transformation that touches every aspect of your life. In the quest for eternal youth, humanity has long searched for a magical elixir, often missing the answer, growing quietly in nature. Cannabis, known in ancient times as the plant of healing, carries the essence of regeneration and vitality. Its sacred properties nurture the body's ability to repair, rejuvenate, and thrive, creating a foundation for lasting youthfulness. The plant's healing power goes far beyond the physical. It awakens the heart and mind, reconnecting us with the vibrancy of life itself. When consumed with mindful intention, cannabis can restore the spark that aging often dims, the curiosity, joy, and wonder that define youth not by years, but by spirit. It's a medicine that rejuvenates the soul's fire, reminding us that youth is a state of consciousness. Historical records from ancient China, India, and Egypt highlight cannabis as a revered tool for longevity and health. These civilizations understood that true youthfulness arises from balance between body, mind, and spirit. Cannabis, with its unique chemistry, harmonizes this triad, encouraging a flow of energy that revitalizes and sustains life. To walk the path of eternal youth with cannabis is to embrace healing on every level. It is an invitation to transcend the physical limitations imposed by time, to nourish your essence, and to step into a radiant, ageless existence fueled by the sacred medicine of the gods. Cannabis is not merely a herb to be smoked or ingested casually, it is a sacred tool for deep spiritual work. Through ritual, we unlock the door to the immortal self that resides beyond the fleeting body and mind. These rituals create a sacred space where the soul can shed the layers of fear, doubt, and ego, revealing the eternal spark within. The power of ritual lies in its intentionality. Lighting cannabis in a quiet, mindful ceremony transforms the experience into a sacred communion. The smoke becomes a vehicle for prayer, meditation, and connection with higher realms. This process invites the chosen one to journey beyond the physical, touching the timeless essence that lives in all of us. Many spiritual traditions have used cannabis in rituals designed to facilitate transformation and rebirth. The ancient shamans would chant, dance, and enter trance states, guided by the sacred herb to access wisdom and healing. Today, those same principles apply. Ritual brings respect, focus, and purity to the communion, allowing the immortal self to awaken fully. When you engage in these sacred ceremonies, you are not just using a plant, you are stepping into a lineage of seekers who have unlocked the secret of eternal life. Each ritual is a step closer to your true, immortal nature. To move from a mortal existence defined by limitation to a divine existence of limitless possibility is the true gift cannabis offers. This transformation is not instantaneous, but unfolds gently, like a bud blooming into full flower, revealing new dimensions of consciousness and being. Cannabis acts as a spiritual guide, showing you how to transcend the ordinary and step into the sacred. In this transformation, the ego, the small self fixated on survival and fear, begins to dissolve. Cannabis loosens the grip of old wounds, societal conditioning, and the limiting beliefs that bind us to suffering and decay. As these barriers fall away, your divine nature shines through, revealing a profound sense of freedom, peace, and connection to all life. The journey from mortal to divine is marked by moments of clarity and deep insight. Users often describe profound shifts in perception, feeling the presence of a higher self that watches over and guides their path. This awakening invites compassion, creativity, and a renewed purpose that transcends the mundane. By embracing cannabis with sacred intention, you open the door to becoming who you truly are, a radiant being of light and love, timeless and unbound by the mortal coil. While the healing properties of cannabis are well documented, its role as a spiritual gateway is even more profound. It acts as a portal that transports the soul beyond the material world into realms of higher consciousness and divine connection. This gateway reveals the unseen truths of existence and awakens the dormant potential within. Cannabis doesn't just soothe the body, it expands the mind and spirit, breaking down walls that separate us from cosmic awareness. Through this expanded state, many experience a deep sense of unity with the universe, a feeling of oneness that transcends fear, loneliness, and suffering. It's a doorway to mystical insight and cosmic wisdom. The spiritual gateway of cannabis is accessible only to those who approach it with respect, mindfulness, and pure intent. It is not a tool for distraction or avoidance, but a key for those ready to face their inner darkness and emerge reborn in light. This sacred journey is challenging but profoundly rewarding. For the chosen ones who embrace cannabis as a spiritual gateway, the experience is transformative. It opens new pathways to self-discovery, healing, and eternal truth. One of the most profound effects of sacred cannabis use is the dissolution of the ego, the false self constructed by fear, judgment, and separation. This ego shields us from pain, but also hides our true eternal nature. Cannabis gently melts away these defenses, revealing the boundless, timeless essence beneath. When the ego fades, the illusion of being a limited, separate self breaks apart. In this vulnerable yet liberating state, you come face to face with pure consciousness, the infinite observer that has always existed beyond time and space. This realization is both humbling and empowering, reminding you that you are eternal. The experience of ego dissolution can be overwhelming, but also deeply healing. It allows you to release old patterns, fears, and attachments that no longer serve your highest good. Freed from the ego's grasp, you begin to live with greater authenticity, compassion, and joy. Through this sacred process, cannabis becomes a mirror reflecting your divine essence, a timeless light shining through the shadows of illusion. The path to awakening with cannabis is not a reckless dive, but a sacred preparation. Before entering the transformative realm this plant offers, the mind and spirit must be ready, cleared of distraction, open to insight, and anchored in intention. Preparation sets the stage for a safe, profound journey into the self. Preparation includes creating a sacred space free from noise and disturbance, setting a clear and pure intention, and approaching the experience with humility and reverence. It's about honoring the plant as a divine medicine and preparing your heart to receive its gifts without resistance. Mental preparation also involves grounding practices such as meditation, breathwork, and self-reflection to calm the mind and center the spirit. When you prepare in this way, the cannabis awakening becomes a powerful, guided experience rather than a chaotic or confusing one. Those who prepare well often report life-changing insights, deep healing, and a lasting connection to their immortal nature. Preparation is the doorway through which the sacred plant's magic flows. The journey with sacred cannabis is not always comfortable. It calls the chosen one to confront their deepest fears, wounds, and shadows, the hidden parts of the self that we often avoid. This facing of the shadow is essential for true transformation and liberation. Cannabis acts as a powerful mirror, revealing uncomfortable truths and buried emotions. It invites you to sit with discomfort and uncertainty, to heal what has long been ignored or repressed. This process can be painful, but is ultimately freeing, as it clears the way for wholeness and peace. By bravely embracing the shadow, you step into your power as the chosen one, someone who refuses to be defined by suffering or limitation. You emerge stronger, wiser, and more connected to your divine essence. The shadow becomes a gateway, not a prison. This courageous path through cannabis awakens the warrior within, the spiritual hero who transforms pain into light and death into immortality. The cycle of aging and decay is a prison built by time and fear. But sacred cannabis offers a key to breaking free. Through spiritual rebirth facilitated by the plant, you transcend the limitations of the physical body and step into a new reality of timeless existence. This rebirth is not about denying the body's natural processes, but about awakening to a higher truth. Your true self is eternal and untouched by the physical changes around you. Cannabis helps you access this truth by expanding consciousness and dissolving fear of death and aging. Stories abound of those who have experienced profound renewal after sacred cannabis ceremonies, feeling decades younger, more vibrant, and deeply connected to life's endless flow. This is spiritual rebirth, a transformation of identity that rewrites your story from one of decline to one of eternal vitality. In this sacred process, cannabis becomes the bridge from mortality to immortality, inviting you to live beyond time's grasp. Ancient civilizations once held sacred rituals centered on cannabis as the key to immortality and divine connection. These rituals, passed down through generations of shamans, priests, and mystics, have been largely lost to time, but remain encoded in sacred texts and oral traditions. These sacred ceremonies combine chanting, meditation, and the careful use of cannabis to open gateways to higher realms. They were deeply spiritual acts, meant to honor the gods and awaken the immortal soul within. Participants were initiated into mysteries that revealed the nature of life, death, and eternal existence. Rediscovering these ancient rituals is a powerful act of reclaiming lost wisdom. It reconnects us to the lineage of those who walked before us and understood the sacredness of cannabis as a divine sacrament. By reviving these practices, the chosen ones today can reclaim the path to immortality, walking in the footsteps of the ancients who knew the secret of eternal life. Cannabis, as a divine gift, is not meant for casual or recreational use alone. It is a test of the chosen ones. The plant responds not just to physical consumption, but to the intention behind it. Pure intention opens the door to healing and transformation. Impure motives lead only to distraction or stagnation. This test of intention challenges you to approach cannabis with honesty, respect, and clarity. Are you ready to face your inner shadows, to seek truth rather than escape, to use the plant as a tool for spiritual awakening rather than indulgence? Only those who meet this test with sincerity are granted the deepest gifts cannabis offers: the awakening of the immortal self and the breaking of mortal chains. The plant honors those who honor it. Understanding the role of intention empowers you to become a conscious participant in your own healing and spiritual evolution. When used with sacred purpose, cannabis acts as a tuning fork, aligning your consciousness with divine frequencies that exist beyond ordinary perception. This cosmic alignment opens you to vast realms of insight, love, and universal connection. Cosmic consciousness transcends ego and time, revealing the interconnectedness of all life. Cannabis helps dissolve barriers that separate us from this awareness, allowing us to experience ourselves as part of the infinite cosmic web. This alignment fosters feelings of profound peace, empathy, and understanding. It inspires a new way of living, rooted in love, harmony, and respect for all beings. By tuning in to these divine frequencies through cannabis, the chosen ones awaken to their role as co-creators in the cosmic dance of life. The final step in the sacred journey with cannabis is to embody the truth it reveals, that you are eternal, radiant, and divine. This embodiment is not just spiritual theory, but a lived reality. It means walking through the world with the confidence and grace of one who has transcended mortal limitations. Living immortal is about embracing each moment with awareness, compassion, and joy. It's about knowing that beneath the changing body lies an unchanging essence, an immortal light that shines through all experiences. Cannabis, when honored as a sacred medicine, empowers this embodiment by continuously reconnecting you to your divine nature. It supports you in living fully, loving deeply, and creating a life that reflects your eternal truth. This is the gift of the chosen one, to break free from suffering, aging, and fear, and to walk the earth as a living testament to the power of divine healing and immortality. Absolutely. Here are 10 more deeply engaging and evocative headings, with 5 long, rich paragraphs each. These expand on the spiritual, emotional, and transformative journey with cannabis, crafted to captivate and inspire your audience. Cannabis is more than a plant. It is a sacred bridge that unites human consciousness with the boundless energy of the divine. When approached with respect and purity, it becomes a living conduit through which you can feel the heartbeat of the cosmos itself. This connection is not abstract, but visceral, awakening the senses to the sacred pulse that animates all creation. It invites you to experience yourself as an intimate part of something infinitely greater. The sacred union with cannabis dissolves the illusion of separation. In moments of deep communion, the boundaries between self and universe fade away, leaving only the profound realization of oneness. This is a humbling experience that shifts your perspective from isolated individuality to interconnected wholeness, fostering a deep sense of belonging and peace. Ancient sages revered cannabis as the sacred vine that carried divine energy into the body and soul. This energetic transmission awakens dormant spiritual gifts, enhances intuition, and opens the heart to unconditional love. Through this sacred union, you begin to understand that your essence is not confined to the physical realm, but is woven into the fabric of universal consciousness. Living in this union transforms every aspect of life. Daily challenges become opportunities for growth, relationships deepen with empathy, and even the simplest moments shine with spiritual significance. Cannabis is the key that unlocks this divine connection, inviting you to live in harmony with the cosmic rhythm. By embracing this sacred union, you embark on a journey where the divine is no longer distant, but present in every breath and every heartbeat, a living, breathing reality. The human experience is often marked by suffering, pain, loss, fear, and loneliness that can feel overwhelming. Yet within this darkness lies the potential for profound transformation, an alchemy where suffering is transmuted into spiritual gold. Cannabis serves as the catalyst for this sacred alchemy, offering a pathway to heal wounds and reclaim your inner light. When used with intention, cannabis helps to soften the grip of pain and trauma, creating space for self-compassion and healing. It gently dissolves the hard edges of suffering, allowing buried emotions to surface and be embraced rather than suppressed. This process is not easy, but it is deeply liberating, revealing the hidden lessons that suffering carries. The alchemical power of cannabis extends beyond emotional healing. It transforms consciousness, shifting perception from victimhood to empowerment. As the veil of pain lifts, you begin to see yourself as a divine being on a sacred journey, with every challenge serving as a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and love. Throughout history, spiritual seekers have used cannabis to access this alchemical process, turning their darkest nights into dawns of awakening. This ancient practice invites you to face your shadows courageously, knowing that within them lies the gold of spiritual awakening. By embracing cannabis as an alchemical tool, you reclaim your power, transforming suffering into the radiant light of your immortal self. At its core, the journey with sacred cannabis is a journey of the heart. The plant's divine essence opens a portal to unconditional love, the pure, boundless love that transcends judgment, fear, and limitation. This heart awakening is a profound shift that changes how you relate to yourself, others, and the universe. Cannabis gently melts the barriers built by past hurts and defenses, allowing vulnerability to surface as strength rather than weakness. In this softened state, you connect deeply with your own soul's pain and beauty, cultivating compassion that radiates outward. The heart's walls come down, making space for healing and authentic connection. Unconditional love accessed through cannabis expands beyond personal relationships. It flows freely toward all beings and creation itself, fostering a deep sense of unity and empathy. This love is not sentimental, but a powerful spiritual force that heals divisions and transforms fear into peace. Many who walk this path describe the experience as a spiritual rebirth, where love becomes the lens through which all reality is viewed. Cannabis acts as a sacred key, unlocking the heart's true nature and inviting you to embody love as your highest truth. This awakening transforms your life into a living prayer, where every act of kindness, forgiveness, and gratitude reflects the infinite love that cannabis helps you realize within. Life is a dance, a cosmic dance where every being, every star, every particle moves in harmonious rhythm. Cannabis invites you to step into this dance fully, shedding the illusion of separation and merging with the flow of universal energy. This experience of oneness is transformative, shifting you from isolation to communion with all that is. Through the sacred plant, you begin to sense the invisible threads that connect everything. How your breath is the breath of the cosmos, how your heartbeat echoes the pulse of the stars. This profound awareness fosters awe, gratitude, and a deep reverence for life's mysteries. The cosmic dance is not just a mystical idea, but a living reality accessible in moments of sacred cannabis use. It reveals that you are both unique and inseparable from the whole, a vital note in the symphony of existence. This realization brings freedom from fear and the loneliness of separation. Time can feel like a relentless master, pushing us toward decay and endings. But cannabis offers a remarkable gift: the ability to transcend the ordinary perception of time and enter a space where past, present, and future dissolve into a timeless now. This shift is deeply healing and liberating. Under the influence of sacred cannabis, moments expand, revealing the intricate beauty and interconnectedness of life. The rush of everyday worries fades, replaced by a serene awareness that you exist beyond the ticking clock. This timeless state invites presence, mindfulness, and a profound appreciation for life as it unfolds. Ancient wisdom teaches that time is an illusion, a construct of the mind that limits our experience. Cannabis dissolves this illusion temporarily, offering a glimpse into eternity, the realm where your immortal self resides. This experience can bring comfort in the face of mortality and inspire a new way of living that honors the eternal now. By learning to access this gift of time, you cultivate patience, peace, and a deeper connection to your spiritual essence. Cannabis becomes a teacher, showing you that life's true essence is not measured in hours, but in moments of awakened presence. Through this expanded perception, the fear of aging and death loses its grip, replaced by the radiant truth of timeless existence. To truly receive the gifts of cannabis, one must walk the path of purity, a journey of respect, intention, and sacred care. This path honors the plant as a divine being, a holy medicine that demands reverence rather than casual consumption. Cultivating this sacred respect deepens your connection and opens the door to profound healing. Purity begins with intention. Approaching cannabis with a clear heart and purpose transforms the experience from mere recreation to a spiritual act. It means setting aside ego, distractions, and haste to create a space of honor where the plant's spirit can be fully received. Respect also extends to the plant itself, how it is grown, harvested, and prepared. Traditional cultures have long honored the cycles of nature in their sacred cannabis rituals, recognizing that the plant's power is intimately tied to the care it receives. Embracing this wisdom invites you to be a steward of the earth and guardian of sacred traditions. Walking the path of purity is a commitment to yourself, the plant, and the divine. It creates a foundation for trust and safety, allowing the deepest layers of healing and awakening to unfold. In this sacred respect, cannabis becomes not just a medicine, but a lifelong teacher and companion on your spiritual journey. Within each of us lies a vast well of intuition, an inner voice that guides, protects, and reveals deeper truths. Cannabis acts as a powerful gateway to awaken this innate wisdom, clearing the fog of doubt and distraction that often clouds our perception. Sacred cannabis use opens channels of insight, allowing intuitive knowledge to flow freely. This heightened awareness helps you navigate life with greater clarity, recognizing opportunities, dangers, and spiritual lessons with newfound precision. It reconnects you with the ancient wisdom encoded in your soul. Many mystics and spiritual practitioners have relied on cannabis to deepen their intuitive abilities, using it as a tool for divination, meditation, and guidance. This awakening is not a mystical trick, but a natural unfolding of your inner knowing when the mind is calm and the heart is open. By nurturing this intuitive connection, you cultivate trust in yourself and the universe. Decisions become aligned with your highest good, and you move through life with grace and confidence. Cannabis, honored as a sacred gateway, helps you reclaim this vital part of your spiritual heritage, your inner oracle. The journey inward is the most profound adventure you will ever undertake. Sacred cannabis serves as a compassionate guide, inviting you to explore the vast and mysterious landscapes of your own soul. This inner voyage reveals hidden truths, forgotten dreams, and the radiant core of your being. In this journey, the mind quiets and the soul speaks. You may encounter memories, emotions, or parts of yourself that have been ignored or repressed. Cannabis creates a safe space to face these elements with kindness, allowing healing and integration to occur. Exploring your soul's depths through cannabis is like diving into an ocean of wisdom and love. It reveals your true nature beyond the masks worn in daily life, unveiling the immortal self that has always been present, but hidden beneath layers of fear and conditioning. This inward journey is not always easy. Sometimes it brings shadows into the light, but it is essential for awakening and transformation. Each step taken within is a step toward wholeness and liberation. With cannabis as your spiritual compass, you are supported in navigating this sacred inner world with courage, grace, and profound reverence.